Close enough.
Yeah.
Right.
Can they hear it?
That says you got 4 people in here.
4 people and the dog wants more.
Hey, everybody, can you hear us? We still ain't got a speaker.
Mike.
Microphone. You got Happy Quack Mike Smith. Patchy Heaven. Oh, we got a microphone in the car, but not the right kind. Got Thrifty.
It's for your tablet.
Says we got 8 in here now. We got some new toys, but we still ain't got the ones we need. I got a new tablet. There's F&P Farms. Well, everybody tell me how everything's going on everywhere else. And Happy Quack, did you notice you're a moderator now? Hey, Jason, how you doing? Give some drink while you're up. Oh, I don't know that. We got 12 people. You better come on. 13 now. Hey, Warren. Happy Quack. Hey, there's Geeky. No, Geeky just popped in. From Oregon. He's doing good. Happy Quack. I read something you put on Facebook the other day.
Patchy Heaven? No, don't do that.
We've been kind of cool here too, F&P. Well, Happy Quack, we don't get trolls like we used to. Every time we do a live, we get a few trolls, but haven't. Geeky's been so Johnny on the spot that we haven't had one in a long time. But what was I talking about? Robert
If y'all hear it squeaking every so often, it's because the dog is like I'm playing with him, and he's got his squeaky toy, and he keeps running off with it every time I go to get it from him.
Robert Lucas, I have a 130-pound do-rock that's due for butcher at the beginning of February. I think I put at least 100 pounds on her by then, so it's growing to over 200. Hey, Judy. Robert, that's a good question. And those pigs we're topping out, we've got 1 or 2 that are running behind. About that same rate. And we've been meaning to do a video this week on bleaching out about pigs having ulcers and not gaining weight. But that's 2 months. You should be able to put 100 pounds on one in 2 months. Unless there's something wrong.
My only thing is because if you move the other ones to the 200, they're not because
well, I'm assuming they're on a feeder. Happy Quack said they're going to castrate 100 piglets. Huge mini pig rescue. Well, Happy Quack, we've got 5 to do, 4 to do. Ain't going to be tomorrow, though. I'm going to give another week. But maybe that'll help you a little bit, Robert. We're going to try to do a video on what pigs having ulcers is. And it's not a common problem, but we've run into it with this batch we're topping out for the first time in a long time. And it'll make them look like they're wormy. They call it bleaching out. The cover will go out of their gums and stuff. What it is, they got ulcers. And we've got one out there just ain't doing quite right. And my neighbor's got one, and his packing ain't doing quite right. He's topping out 8, I'm topping out 8. Hey, Mike. How's everything been going with the kitty cat rescue, Geeky? I saw a couple of them, and I saw you kind of got off of it there for a few days. Put some videos up on something else. Would it be cheating to show him what you made? They're doing real good. We got one, like I say, Mike, we got one top hog that's not keeping up with the rest of them. But other than that, everything's doing good. Our board seems to be a little better. We got a beautiful litter of pigs. We got a litter of pigs out there that's probably some of the best I've ever raised. Hey, preacher. I hate to hear that, Mike. We thought we were going to lose a bolt, but he's finally got straightened out. They got the top neighborhood tomcat. We might need to make you something else.
I was gonna put feral kitten adventures, but it wouldn't cut right. For some reason, it just kept screwing up the air. It wouldn't cut it. So I gave up on that part.
We just been busy, Judy. I've got a list of stuff. Something we're gonna talk about tonight a little bit. What, who did? Who did? Who done what now? Oh, I thought we already had it. Oh, well, I'll get up with you tomorrow, preacher. Yeah, that's right. No. Oh, okay. That's right, preacher. And if you want one, let us know. That was for Geeky. Geeky, do you like it? You want some changes? You want a bigger one, smaller one, something different? Let me know.
I'm glad you liked it. I thought it was a pretty cute.
Oh, I hate that, Mike. I had a gilt for a companion in with our little big rock boy, and she started coming in heat the other day. I don't think the boy was old enough. I went ahead and got her out, just trying to avoid that.
He tried, so he may.
He was trying.
That's possible.
But she's 200-something pounds. I guess she could have one if she called.
She's sad. One. Hold on.
Y'all let me catch up on the comments. I got feed dust all over my glasses. I guess I should go clean it. Oh, we're still alive, Judy. Just there picking soybeans right now, and there's a combine running. I ain't got a lot of time.
Is that your color?
We did make it, Warren. I know you didn't believe us, but we did make it.
And brown.
Well, roll it out and see.
I can't figure out how to mail it without creasing it.
We'll put it in the paper towel tube. Yep. She's talking about the gilt. She's doing good. Have quack. She's ready to go in with a bowl. Oh. Well, Pat, you haven't send me an email. That's something we kind of do for our friends, you know. Preacher, she's got a vinyl cutter. I thought everybody had a vinyl cutter nowadays, but I think a lot of people get them and get bored with them. Don't keep them. Which we didn't keep the shirt press and stuff. But it's paid for itself, making signs for the shop, stripes for trucks, and license plates for everybody. Hey, there's just Piggy. We're glad to have you. We can make them about up to us, so we can't make them super big. She can make like the company name go inside the truck.
It's a silhouette. It's kind of like
We make a bunch of little ones. Yeah. Oh, it does real good make license plate. So here, if you got farm tags on your truck, you really supposed to. Well, we'd already planned on making you one after what I was gonna call you every day this week. We've been gonna call you. I was gonna call you. I was gonna call Andy Austin, and I ain't been able to do either one. Christmas, heck, aggravating. December is bad enough. You ain't got to order one, preacher. We're gonna make you one. Send it to you. But I was gonna tell you after quack, I messed up with the Facebook the other day. I'm gonna quit doing that. I don't do it often. I'm gonna quit doing it at all. And I guess we're members of a bunch of little YouTube homesteader groups.
They keep sending me things.
And I don't ever say nothing because I know better. But I get there and read the conversations. People ask the question. And man, I don't know how to explain to you. You come up with 100 video ideas just on these questions people ask the folks on Facebook some ridiculous answers. I found out things people didn't know things I never would have ever believed people would know. Have any of y'all had a problem with that or seen that? Well, that's good to know, Happy Quack. I ain't got my guilt bred yet. I don't want to breed her back to her daddy. And my D-Rock boy, well, I ain't gonna breed her back to her daddy, I'm gonna tell you that. And that D-Rock boy ain't old enough. And he's trying. He ain't got the leg. He ain't old enough either. But I tell you, I warn you about that too. Now I've seen them not old enough to breed something before. That's where a lot of your little gilts get bred too early come from. Is he ain't 4 months old, he ain't 5 months old, he ain't gonna breed her, and she ends up bred.
But he's not that big. But he thinks he's
Well, they're food. And watch your little gilts too. They can get bred first time they come to eat. It ain't common, but it can happen.
You got snow? We don't. Oh, don't get snow.
Preacher resigned his church.
Oh no.
I don't think that would be a bad idea, preacher. Hey, Brent, see? Yeah, they are. I hate keeping the young boys.
Did you do that because you moved? They moved, right?
Well, we'll find out. We'll find out.
Brent, maybe?
I think so. Hey, Rance, how you doing? Yeah, they are to me too, Mike. I hate that. One, I hate having 2 boys. And right now, we basically got 3. And I hate having to keep a young boy. If it was up to me, I'd keep them 10 years so I could get away with it.
Well, the big boy he's about as good natured.
When you supposed to get snowed tonight, or would you? When you supposed to get snowed tonight, or?
Not that I've heard. Who did you hear that from? Was it on the news? That was Jeremy.
Hey, Jeremy. Rance, that's supposed to be easier in winter or something.
No,
I think it's supposed to rain till soon.
Yeah, that was the last I looked.
Well, Jeremy, give me the report from out there. Tell me what all was going on. I don't think there's no truth in that, Judy. Trust me, I watched the weather. I studied the weather about the.
It's only 7%. You don't never do nothing at 7%. We're not supposed to get rain of any kind until Sunday.
Well, if it's gonna rain, I'm gonna have to get off here and go back to work.
It's 79% Sunday. Sunday, we're gonna get rain. But
Okay, preacher. I think that's a good idea.
we're at 7%. It won't do anything at 7%.
Happy Quack, I think it's what'd you say that final cut machine?
Silhouette.
Silhouette.
That there is a cricket, I think it's called, but the silhouette runs off of the computer.
Well,
So I
rain's
can
big. We already wet.
I can make patterns from stuff I looked up on the computer. Not always. The more detailed the picture, the harder it is to make a pattern from it. But most simple stuff like that cat was an outline.
Well, we've had too much, Judy. We've had too much.
Really simple.
We're awful wet over here right now. I had a ditch hog fence, turned the water out yesterday. I mean, it was, and we're on this sand. Anybody want any black man, I don't know what in the world they're doing.
The silhouette has to have coffee.
I understand, Jeremy.
I mean, the cricket. Whatever.
She should be coming in about every 3 weeks. Somebody guilt come in. What?
I don't know the cricket. It has like coffee. Okay. Where did you leave off? Jeremy's got a new job.
Yeah, I need that.
He's working his desk, but Berkshire had to work trying to figure out cycle on a guilt. You talked about that. Mike Smith says, hey, now I know we don't talk about other towns on here, but have y'all seen a few acre farms just got laid off yesterday and had free time and stumbled across their videos? Grant said it's easier in summer or the winter. I find it better than that.
What are you talking about right now?
Okay.
Y'all be elaborate.
Elaborate,
Tell Mike we've seen a few acres farm. I think they was some good videos, some pretty good.
Happy Quiet says Jeremy's gonna sound funny, but take a picture of a rear end every day for a month and you'll know exactly what day she cycles. Then you can use period tracker for unit owner. Wow. Happy Quiet.
I can tell them eating across the yard.
Oh yeah. You can definitely look and tell
I
swells.
you know,
Jesus don't have any heat, so maybe a friend that bought me a heater is saying that, so I'll take the heater she bought me.
Oh, that's all.
Yep.
Well, why wouldn't you take the heater, Judy?
Yeah, really.
Don't be hard headed. You gotta be cold. You gotta be hard headed to be cold. They catch up on everything. I believe it works that way. I believe it works. Oh, don't worry about it, Jeremy. You call me, I'll talk you right through it. The worst part be cutting little boy pigs if you never. It's a little bit difficult to talk you through cutting a boy pig. But on our new Patreon account, we ain't never set up. We got one video, and this is cutting pigs. That's about right, Mike. I can tell when mine are in heat. I can be standing up here and them down there at the pen. We were standing here the other day when I caught that little gilt in heat in there with that boy. I was standing in the yard talking to a friend of mine. I've been doing pretty good keeping my mouth shut, Happy Quack. I really have. I'm proud of myself. But I looked down there and I said, I believe that gilt's in heat. Coming in heat. And the way she was acting, we walked down there, sure enough, she was just starting to swell just a little bit. I went ahead and got her right out. I said, I ain't going to change it. I'm going to keep her for breeding gilt. I ain't going to change it. But there's some horrible stuff up there. It's the blind leading the blind. And what's so bad about it, folks, is a lot of these people asking these questions are asking legitimate beginner questions. Questions that, I guess they got a right to not know the answer to. They've never been around it. And they get some of the most foolish responses I've ever heard in my life. Everybody's got a different way of doing it, Happy Quack. There ain't nothing wrong with the way you're doing it. There ain't nothing wrong with the way we're doing it. It's just different. I just been around hogs so much, Happy Quack, that I don't have, it's not something I have trouble with. But I understand if you ain't been around them, it can be hard to do. Like telling if you sows bread, about the best way I know to tell is if you don't come back in heat. But I got a buddy of mine's got a sow right now that come back in heat, won't come back in heat, and ain't breed. We're going to have to cull her. Yeah, we talked about that. We talked about that before it was Happy Quack. How are y'all doing tonight? We got 2 rules, Clearwater. Hey, Lisa. We try to steer clear of politics, and you got to get to know everybody. We try to do a little homestead fellowship.
No, it's not really.
Well, that's one beautiful thing about us, preachers. We ain't got to buy no meat. We got to buy a little bit of beef right now because we're out, and my beef ain't growing fast enough. But we're blessed where we live at and the friends we have, so I'll have some beef come January, whether my steer's big enough or not. Well, actually, my food. Who's the food? You talking about at the grocery store pork or 7 pigs? Just pigs. Because pigs are, if you have, I'm going to be honest with you, it don't affect us if we don't sell what auction prices are, don't affect us. But we had somebody call the auction and asked them about selling some sows and a bull up there. And they told them that if they managed to sell them, if they couldn't sell them, they had to come get them and pay them for running through the auction. Yeah, I believe that, pig. The one thing that helps us is yeah, that's about right. Well, Pignet said the same thing. The auction prices are rock bottom if they'll even buy them. But we're blessed in the fact that we don't sell by their prices. Well, I don't see why you'd have to. Well, Mike might have to. Mike's got a pretty good size operation, I think. But the best thing we ever did is we quit selling at auctions. We gave up on feeder pigs and feeder pig prices. We tried to sell breeding stock. We tried to sell kind of niche market stuff. We sell to people that raise on the ground. We sell to people that's going to feed on the ground. We got different kind of hog than the You know, there's two kinds of hogs floating around there. There's a bit of mini hogs, and there's stole at the hog house hogs. We got the old timey breeds, the real old timey breeds, not what people call heritage breed, what granddad actually raised. And we've managed to get a little Matt, good to see you. Well, the auction shut down here, Matt. Like I told you, they told my buddy that they could carry them. But if they didn't sell, he had to go pick them up, and they owed him for running them to the sale. Or he owed them for running to the sale. So you might try to sell your pig, and then have to go pick your pig up and pay him some money for trying to do it. But we're still selling pigs for what we always sell pigs for. Well, Lisa, are you leaving? What was that? Elaborate on that a little bit, Lisa. And man, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if we can feed one out for $135. We could if we made the feed. If we made all the feed to top them out on it.
Just on one bit, feed them by hand.
Yeah, we can feed them with a bucket.
Mike was just feral. Oh.
Well, that's what we do, Mike. I'm not, the only thing we sell at auction is the feeder calves. And they're bottom dollar here now. I don't know if they're like that everywhere. Yeah, that's closer to what it costs me to feed one out. Depending on what I feed him out to. Yeah, that's right, Jimmy. That's the way we do. Well, pigging it, like I said, if I made all the feed, I can make feed for about $6 a bag. And we're sticking to around 3-to-1, 2.5 to 3 feed conversion. And we've got it figured out. It costs us about $1 a pound to raise. So a 250-pound pig, you got somewhere around 240, 250 in feeding. But that's buying feed at $10.35 a bag. Because the truth is, I don't have enough corn stored to feed out that pen of tops and feed my breeding stock. I'd rather feed my breeding stock the better feed. That's about, I don't know, we get $5 a pound for hanging weight, including processing. But we can't get any feed that cheap locally. I could if I get it brought in bulk. Well, Lisa, that ain't a bad idea. And there's a lot of it. Matt knows a whole lot about pigs. Mike knows a whole lot about pigs. Happy Quack knows a whole lot about pigs. You know, but one thing that'll get you in trouble, just like you just saw right there. Geography makes a big difference. What people are willing to pay for stuff, what stuff costs. That's why I try to be very vague. Why I try to give you numbers in pounds instead of dollars, because a few hundred miles make a big difference. Preacher, I'll be honest with you about something. Around here, the wild hogs are in the river bottoms. And it don't matter if it's a little gilt, a 40-pound gilt, or a 200-pound bull. They all taste like river bottom mud smells. They smell like that when they're cooking. And a few years ago, I was trapping and killing wild pigs. They're kind of a nuisance here. And we were shooting them and burying them. Well, that's right, Mike. People ask me all the time, how much does it cost to feed that pig? How much does it cost to do this? And the truth is, Mike, I can't tell you. I don't know what feed costs. I mean, I know what cost you're at because you'll tell me. But your neighbor down the road might not know you and look at my video and ask me, and I ain't got a clue. You know, I can tell you about how many pounds of feed it's going to take. But as far as money, I can't tell you that. But preacher, a pig to come off a high dry ground, the little ones don't taste bad. Because if you go up a little bit further north of us, you get out of river bottoms, and you get pigs that roam like upland areas. Judy, we tried salt water and vinegar. We've tried buttermilk. We've tried putting enough pepper on it you couldn't taste nothing but pepper. I don't care what you do that nasty thing. If he come off the Neuse River, he ain't fit to eat. That Neuse River you live side of, yonder. Well, how far is she from the river? Well, you're over there where we're at. Yeah, you own it. Well, you know, the only ones that even come close to being good to me, Jeremy, has got to be near about a pickle. About 50 pounds. But, you know, they don't get no size on no way. So a 50-pound pig might be a 3 months old. Well, Pignet, we make, the only thing I know to caution you about, this is something that I haven't tried myself, but I was cautioned not to do. I was told, not to feed bred sows too much wheat. And we've made hog feed with oats, we've made hog feed with rye, we've made hog feed with wheat, but we've always used half corn. But I think you can go online. I think there is pig feed recipes for just oats. And we use grain sorghum. Well, if it weren't for us making our own feed, Matt, and having the corn to make it out of, we couldn't. That's probably what makes the difference between us making money and not making money is the fact that I feed my breeding stock and my feeder pigs with feed we made that I've got for half price. Well, that's see, we're right next door to the feed mill, kind of. Somebody asked if you shut them up. I've never tried it at least because here it's illegal. You can't pen wild hogs. You can't take them out of the trap alive. But I've heard in the old days, like real old days, they didn't pen pigs in. They fenced them out, and they let them run the creek bottoms, and they shut them up. They fed them shell corn, nothing but shell corn for about a month. They called it cleaning them out, and then they kill them and eat them. Preacher, anything they can get, anything that don't eat them first, roots, anything organic that's edible, carrying, anything alive they can catch. If you have a flood here and the fish, you know, like the catfish get stranded when the flood water goes back down to eat them. Fawn deer, roadkill, each other, anything they get in the mouth. Just like a tame hog. Tame hog, anything to get hands on. And they'll actively kill stuff. I mean, anything that's helpless, they'll kill it and eat it. Osborne Farms. Well, I will tell you, you'll have better luck raising them in the fall and the winter than you will in the summer. If you put a heat lamp on them piglets when it's cool, and they'll go get under that heat lamp, and Mama won't lay on.
Beaver Creek.
Hey, Travis. That's right, they kill fawns, Travis. You know that. Like a buzz with 4 legs, that's right. $80 for 500 pounds. I wish we could get feed for $80 for 500 pounds. Good gracious, I can't even make it that cheap. It can't. Well, I don't think I can. Do a little math right quick. What's $12 a hundred? What's 5 times 12? That's cheaper than $80. Huh? So I guess I can make it that cheap. Okay, well that's about what it costs to feed us our we're making ours for 60. Because you got about $12 a hundred in it making. Oh yeah, Robert, you can feed them butter, milk. Well, Jeremy, we kind of do that every time we cook a hog anyway. You remember the last pig picking? Read Jeremy's comment. The one I took when we got married. That was a long time
ago. Where did that pig come from?
I ain't never called a barbecue in my life. Who helped me dress? Somebody helped me dress.
No. Ours was picked up. The first time we took them off, yeah. You dressed. Yeah. You dressed.
World got that tag.
You dressed that one for Wanda's daughter's wedding. That one. Trying to figure out something. He said it cost him $143 for 1,000 pounds. Mike Smith did. And if we did 5 times 18, it costs if the corn is free, it's $90 for 1,000. For corn.
Hopefully, I've all still.
But that's not tax, so we might need to get
143 1,000. I ain't good at math, y'all. I got to sit down with pencil and paper to math. Oh, that's a good idea, Happy Quiet.
We can do if the corn is
every piece of 185 for 1,000 pounds.
1,000 times $95 with 3 points. That's not counting.
Well, the corn ain't free.
And that's not counting
it's just
electricity, whatever it costs to use the grinder. So
I've never seen one drown. They can swim. Hey, there's Troy Hale. That's exactly right, Mike. I'm glad you brought that up. Oh, good night, Brent Sidney. Merry Christmas to you too. Get up with me. I think you got my phone number. Get up with me for Christmas. But you get a set of pigs that won't grow. You get a pig that takes 6 pounds of feed to make a pound of pork instead of 3, and you'll know it. The whole good Lord, you'll know it. You'd have been better off and went and bought it. And Matt, you're exactly right. You can't afford Tractor Supply. If you can't figure out some way to make some feed or somewhere to get a deal on some feed, or yeah, that's right, just ignorant. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And I tell you what we do in that situation. Around here, a pig, we figure on about 2 or 3 pounds of feed. Well, that's what I'm about to tell you, Jim. When a pig gets through the feed he's supposed to have, he's going in the freezer. I don't care if he's 100 pound or 300 pound. When however much feed he's supposed to get is gone, he's gone. We learned a hard lesson on that. And if it's obvious he's not going to grow, we'll barbecue. We got a pig. If we got a pig out there that's 75 pounds and the rest of them are 120, I'll go ahead and get him on out there then. I ain't going to keep feeding. We don't run into that much anymore because we got the bloodline about right we want it. That makes a big difference. It really does. Can't stress that enough. You got to get the bloodline right. And when you buy pigs to feed out, you got to be careful and get some good pigs. But don't waste your effort feeding them. Oh, I hate to hear that. Whack, you're doing so good with them things. But see, at least you're diversified. That's right. You got a waiting list on it. Being diversified makes a big difference. And that helps us a little bit too. That's right, man. I don't think we give them that much, do we?
I don't know.
I don't think we'll give them 750.
I don't really keep up with how much they're getting.
But for myself, man, I'll be honest with you. For us, I want a lean hog. It was what you call a light top. Now, 875 is not bad, but you need to. I'd be a little careful splitting it. Well, I guess it don't matter because what we do in that situation, say a sow needed 5 pound of feed for the vitamins and minerals, then 8 pound of feed, not run the fence and squeal. We give her 5 pounds of feed, 3 pounds of corn. So I guess that'd be about the same thing.
The problem is that they eating the full corn. I won't.
Oh, they can't. The big hog.
They don't
But
know
you
how
what
much
if you
feed it's going. Clearwater wants to know how much it takes. And we have.
That's a good question. I was trying to read what Piggins said. Clearwater, they're going to eat 3 pounds a day till they weigh about 60 pounds. Then they're going to eat, roughly. I mean, it's just kind of a general thing. If about 60 pounds to 150 pounds, they're going to eat 5 pounds a day. And then above that, they're going to get up to 10. So, they eat a little bit less when they're small. Brian Jones, there is this time, Lisa, but I lost the doggone list. I had a notebook, had every pig for 21 sold, and I have lost the book. I just hope people call. If anybody up here knows anybody, they'll be calling me.
I don't know.
We figure on what do we figure on?
What?
I told those folks that we were going to talk. We're talking those pigs out for to figure on $200 a pig, and I was figuring that was going to be way more than I needed. I was thinking really $150 a pig, and that was pretty much weaning. But we wean pigs day week.
I was going to talk to you.
Doing it.
That looks like a little beetle.
Where y'all at, Austin? What did Mike say?
Having a hard time reading that.
Well, everybody here, what's got us in a bind, Mike, is everybody here is waiting on the slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse is backed up.
I bet it was happy flag out there where you're at. The flies. Oh man. We've been fighting flies and fighting flies, and finally the last week it got cold.
Let me tell you this. Our feed mill started using big pellets. In the pig and sow, big pellets, like horse pills, little pellets, just feed pellets.
That's awesome.
And the pigs wouldn't eat them. They'd eat around them. They wouldn't eat them. And that's where all the protein and everything was at. Oh, good deal, Travis. We ain't that far out, Mike. We're till January now. But our pigs were supposed to go this week. And when I called them and confirmed the appointment, they asked me, would I please wait till after Christmas? They won't even buy them here that quick. In fact, anybody close to me that needs a boar, our big spot boar that throws those pretty pigs, he's free to a good home. And he just keep breeding some. If you got big sows, he'll last a while yet. You get a few more breedings out of him. You know, pigging it, the one time we had a mobile butcher come out, it didn't work out right either. It won't clean enough to suit me. It won't done right. I didn't like it. It costed as much as taking them to the butcher shop, and then we had to package it. One time we were through with it. But pigging it, we don't get weather cold enough here. See, my neighbor is feeding nowadays. They were going to kill them themselves. They're 400 pounds now. They can't get an appointment at the butcher shop.
They can't get nobody to help them.
They can't get nobody to help kill them. And if you want that boar, you have it. You ain't got to trade nothing. But I would have got to have a do-right guilt. Well, you ain't got to trade nothing for that boar. All you got to do is get away to get him home.
You can throw in one of the babies.
Yeah, I got a litter of pigs out there that spoke for, but I don't know who spoke for.
So we can throw in one of the babies if you don't know who wants them.
Well, that might be y'all. You always put you in my bed. Something y'all going out running what you're not going to fault.
I didn't get in no book.
I'd like to use where my water here. Did he get my water?
Did you get the water? Did you get in that book?
They want to know where it was wrong with. That's right. All right, it's not wrong with. It was on all farm beer envelope.
Especially if it was in there last week and get it straightened up.
Well, it's been gone since the finish.
Well, ain't that old, really?
Well, there's a forever, I promised the boy right at this. Pick a little boy. And then he'd come on and pick him.
He said you're a good distance from my hive.
That ain't that wrong.
Mike, he wants you to take a road trip.
That boy throws some pretty pigs, Mike. I don't know what to tell you. He throws some pretty pigs.
Alright, okay. Can I get back there?
I'm sorry, y'all. I had to stand up.
Osborne said they're on the other side of the state in Wilkes County.
Wilkes County. Would you believe, Osborne, that we sell a bunch of pigs up your way?
That's what they want. They want Duroc. It's hard to find.
We got some.
So they went with Burks. And they said it was a good distance from Ohio. Happy Quack said we did a butcher picnic here. Everyone brought their own animals and we showed them how to do that. You should have taught a class and charged by the head. They had a barbecue afterwards and everyone took home their own meat or food. That's kind of cool. But I got grossed out by somebody killing animals on YouTube earlier, so I just rather not.
Oh, you used one of my sayings there, didn't you, Mike? If it ain't red, it ain't right.
That's hard to start with. Preacher said that's hard to start with. Wild hog and deer are 4 days out here if you don't know your skin.
There's gonna be some Durocs up your way. Because we sell a bunch of pigs up there. There's a bunch of people come down from as far away as Cherokee.
S&P had some pure Durocs born. I'll have some pure Durocs born in November. Where are you at?
They told me before, but I can't remember.
This pigment says that you better have already did this and pretty nifty at making some really nice cuts.
Well, Clearwater, if you can't tell, listen to everybody in here, it's hard to beat a Duroc. It really is. Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason, how are you doing?
Well, we got red cows, red hogs, red chickens. Well, pigging it, we've got a little loophole. See, here I can sell you the pig dressed. And you can go pick them up. I see the pig and deliver to the slaughterhouse. You go pick it up from the slaughterhouse. I pay the slaughterhouse. Everything's good. No meat handler's license needed. And I can sell a half or a whole like that, and that's usually what we do.
But you don't actually give them the meat; they pick it up from the slaughterhouse.
They got to pick it up themselves. I can't deliver it.
So he doesn't actually.
Not legally, I can't
handle the meat at any time. Y'all get that? Once it goes from live to meat, he no longer has anything to do. Oh, he's doing good. You ready for Christmas? That's exactly what we do here.
Please talking about the way they sell it. Travis, we can't take a wild hog out of the trap here alive. You can't transport them at all. And I can train a wild hog myself any time you skin them. I just hate the skin. No, we didn't. Any good meat pig, was the preacher asked that? Any good meat pig, all they talked about before, breed's not nearly as important and as would it grow. Would it grow? Just Happy Quack knows a whole lot about these smaller breeds. I tell you what they do like, Mike, they love ice cream. We used to be in a situation where we got a lot of old ice cream or mixed strong ice cream. You talk about something putting weight on hog. Just be careful when you get them, preacher. Go to a good breeder. Watch out for fad stuff like Michons and stuff like that. And we can't do that. We can't. We can't make any money off chickens. The only way we make any money off chickens is we can sell pullets in the spring for a good price. That's the only chickens we can do that we sell. We do right on some biggies. But Yes, they do love chocolate milk. That's right. They do love chocolate milk. I tell you something else they love. It's aggravating to give it to them. Stuff like this right here. The bread man hooks us up every week. We get a bunch of stuff like this. It's aggravating to have to open it all and keep track of the trash, keep everything around here clean. But that stuff right there, they'll go on it too now.
He was talking about farm. Travis said he was talking about farm raised hogs. Will they make it transporting them long ways? I won't stress them out too much.
I believe that'd be fine because a friend of mine went to where'd Jimmy go get that hog at? Mississippi?
I don't know, but yeah.
Went to Mississippi and got one.
It's a pet.
Well, it was a pet pig, but he still went and got it in the back of the truck.
Yeah. They made a big dog crate look like.
Yeah, that's what mine did too, Jimmy. I mean, I don't try to make mine lay all year. That thing burns them out.
Jeremy, we've got the same problem. Ours bolted and they haven't gone back to laying yet, and we get like one or two days. They still haven't gone back to laying yet. I think it's the weather.
Ours get mash every day.
They're alcoholic.
Yeah, I think that's what pigs are after.
You should have seen the day I got them drunk. Didn't mean to. He didn't tell me how much to give them. I gave him too much. You had pigs sitting around.
That's a good idea, Pat. But we still got to get one duck. You need to send us one female rowing duck. Well, I probably should have done a video on it. We were trying to make YouTube a thing, but I just couldn't.
I didn't want to tell him that I got pigs tonight.
Well, Clearwater, I'll be honest with you about something. I've never seen fermenting feed do a whole lot of good. It might help a little bit with digestibility. But soaking that corn like that is cost effective because all you got in is the corn, a little bit of molasses. There's enough yeast in the air to make it work off, you know. And that they're so alcoholic now it won't freeze. We have 29-degree nights, water hose froze solid. Mash ain't froze up.
Well, but you said it don't. It does or it don't?
Don't what? It won't freeze.
No, before that, like you said, it didn't do any good to give them that, but then.
No, I'm talking about fermenting feed.
Oh.
Fermenting corn and fermenting feed's two different things. The feed's already ground up, so they kind of digest it pretty good anyway. The whole corn, it can't digest it good if it ain't soaked or fermented or something. You know. One thing that makes it softer is these won't chew up.
Yeah. Y'all talking about making a video. I'm worried about Chris coming home. Because they were rolling around. They were drunk.
Yes, they say gonna get.
It was a complete. Well, honestly, I thought they needed to be fed a lot. Apparently, when you feed them corn like that, you don't. Not a lot. Yeah, well, apparently that had been in the barrel a long time.
All their stays in there the worse it is.
Needs to say, I don't give them corn anymore. He does.
Well, the corn was the problem. The juice was the problem. The beer in it was the problem. What did I have a quack say? Jeremy, the only way you can do that is keep some young hens all the time. It can be tempting, Clearwater. It can be.
Just feeding it.
When
It
pigs
was-
ain't bringing
it was
nothing, the
funny.
liquor's $30 a gallon. It can be tempting.
And be honest, he laughed about it. But I was worried. I was worried that he was going to be mad.
We do too, Matt. We do too. That's everywhere. That's why I'm trying to encourage as many people as possible to get good pigs. Because there's plenty of good pigs, right? There's plenty of good pigs. The problem is nobody knows about nobody, right? People know about me because we're on YouTube. But nobody knows about nobody. And the people that have good pigs are the ones that are like me that when they get on the Facebook thing, they don't say nothing. They just shake their head and keep on going. So nobody knows who they are. But there's good pigs out there. You just got to find them. You got good pigs. I know you got good pigs.
Word of mouth for it.
That's right. You need to stay off of Facebook, go word of mouth, and find some good pigs. That's advice for everybody in here. And I ain't saying run 20 sows, but you can run you a sow or two. There ain't no great cost in it. And get your little market build up. You can do it. It'll take you a long time. That's perseverance involved. But it is ridiculous. Like Matt just said, it's ridiculous that you got to drive 2 or 3 hours trying to boil. Well, Jeremy, that's the only way we can do it. Most times the young hens will start laying by the time the old hens start molting, and then by the time the young hens, they'll kind of take up the slack. Now, you can put them on a light. You can put them on their light and feed them high protein feed or cat food. The cat food trick does work. I mean, there's a lot of things that'll work. This cat food is the easiest to do. And you can keep them laying all year. You make them not molt and make them lay all year, but it'll burn them right out. About 2 years, they're done. That continuous lay with no break, they'll be like a chicken house chicken. And 2 years, they're over with. They'll lay every egg they're going to lay in 2 years. We got some hens that are 5 or 6 years old, I think.
Oh, no.
We got some that are.
But we'll occasionally walk out there and there'll be a dead chicken for a reason.
Well, they die old age. Well, Clearwater, that's a good point too. It's something we've talked about before. If all you're going to raise is a few meat pigs, it's more cost effective. Even if you got to pay $2 or $3 a pound for feeder pigs, it's still more cost effective to buy feeders than it is to keep safe. Pigs are numbers, so one sow is not going to be a money maker. Probably won't even be a break even thing. Like Mike just said, good breeding stock is hard to find. Well, that's right. Happy Quack can sell all the pigs for me. I want it. But she's in California. You know, Osborne, we used to have game chickens. We used to have game chickens running around here everywhere and hatch eggs hatch biddies right constantly. Hatch them in the middle of the winter. They'd sit spring, summer, winter, fall. There'd be some of them sitting. You had biddies all the time.
And it was Easter every time you got time.
Well, see, getting back to it, Mike, we don't know anybody. You know, and the 1 or 2 people I know, it ain't cost effective. Like that boar, even if I give you that boar, you have more in him than he'd ever be worth. By the time you got it shipped. Just think about it. If I took it off your house, you didn't pay nothing but 40 gas. You'd have more in him than he was worth. You know.
We got rabbits on.
They are Clearwater. They really are. I mean, they kind of ain't worth nothing, but they're sorry eating chickens, and they don't lay too good. Osborne, you ought to seen us. I don't think we did a video. But we had to get rid of our game chickens. And they were causing problems, digging up the garden. I mean, they had never been a problem before, and all of a sudden one day they were a problem.
They found the garden.
I don't know. We were out there catching with a fish net, a football. Trevor was knocking them out the tree with a football. We caught all of them. We caught catch and then
Big Mike climbing the tree.
Yeah, Mike was climbing the tree, knocking them out with a piece of PVC pipe. He threw the piece of pipe like a spear, and I didn't have a flashlight. Somebody took my flashlight and come down and hit me right between the eyes, like to kill me.
I went out there. I did not take his flashlight.
You're bringing on.
I went out there that night.
They do that, Travis. Those Trevor raised, part of them did that. Andy Lawson had trouble with that. I'm not sure either. I think it may be not butchering quick enough. But they grow so fast. They do that. They do like a turkey. These big breed turkeys will do that too, the white turkeys. Well, it was dark, Austin. We couldn't film. That was the biggest thing. But we also found out something, if I ain't told you just before, something they tell you. We also found out having chickens run around your hog pens and goat pens is a bad idea. Chickens spread a lot of parasites and a lot of disease.
So not only is Mike have to come to my hive, but he's going to go to California.
We've got a friend of ours that's talking about coming from Kentucky. It's not very far from Ohio. I mean, I think he works right on the Kentucky-Ohio line. We might get a pig back for Ohio. Pig and turkeys ain't bad to raise. They're just easy. It's easy for them to get sick and down. If you got chickens, you double that. Chickens apparently carry all kinds of diseases turkeys get. I'd been told that my whole life, not to have chickens around the turkeys. But I always thought that was just propaganda from the turkey farmers. But we found out the hard way that there's a couple of diseases that chickens can have and be absolutely fine. We'd never know they got it. And kill your turkeys immediately, especially in white turkey house turkeys. They don't stand a chance.
Yeah, we didn't do so hot with the white turkey house. But we had some white turkey house turkeys didn't do well. Then we had some pure-blooded balloon turkeys.
Good night, Jeremy.
That were expensive.
Give me a call when you get them in.
And they didn't do very well either. They didn't do very well at all. And then we had some mixed up brown something or other. And they did great.
People try to steal them too.
Yeah. Y'all still hear him? What is that? Well, we kept our turkeys in a turkey tractor and kept them moved every day or two, so we didn't really have that turkey smell. You're talking about turkey houses, and yeah, turkey houses do stink, but they are never moved. They stay in the same spot the whole time, and they turkeys are good fertilizer, so we moved them all around the yard and fertilized the yard.
What a minute.
That Happy Quack loves her philosophy.
Osborne, that's a normal cross here. Because I don't know if you watched any videos or heard me talk about this before. all of the co-op growers here now, and the hog co-op is people raising pigs on the ground. They're banded together. They sell for one price, and um, they run Berkshire sows across a do-rock board, and they cross back to a do-rock board, and back to a do-rock board, and their goal is to cross the Berkshire out of it. And that's what they tell me when they come by boards is we want to breed the Berkshire slam out of it. Most times they're a red, prick-eared hog with white feet, or red hog, white feet. And the reason they're doing that is they're trying to make the Berks better mothers, is what they tell me. We've only ever had a few Berkshires, and they were stereotypical bad mamas, so we didn't continue with it. My daddy never liked them. My granddaddy never liked them. But a lot of other people have really good luck with them. So I hate to steer you away from them. You just had to kind of get you on and see how they do for you, because it could be a totally different cross, totally different bloodline, totally different feed, you know. Well, I ain't saying you're going to have bad luck with them. And we'll go check you out. Hold on, preacher. Right here, where we're at now, counting me. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Would it be 7 or 8 generations? No, how many generations we've been farming right here? What's great granddaddy's tombstone? 1770 something, 1779. Well, he was a farmer. Well, he's my great. He's my at least 7, preacher. At least 7 if you go back to my great granddaddy. Great granddaddy. He died in 1779. And he'd been here since he'd been here a while then. We're on the last little corner of it. Now I've got some cousins that own some pieces of it, but it's been split up so many times pigging it that I'm on a little 6-acre last little chunk of it. Now, when I was in my 20s, I had 400 acres of it because of a family dispute. I don't have that now. If you ever get up here, I'll take you and show you, preacher. But I lose track of it. So that's just counting my ancestor there. He married a girl from here. So do I count her daddy? And I guess her daddy was the first one here. So that's a little confusing. I got something the other day I didn't know they made. I don't know if any of y'all are hunters or shooters. That's a 3-inch Magnum number 2 lead. How long you reckon it's been since they made that? I I do too, pigging it. I do too. I like knowing the family history. My brother researched it all the way back to, there's actually a town next to Emerald Isle named Pelletier. It's where we got off the boat at. And there's some Pelletiers there that are distant cousins. And then we came to Duplin County and then to Lenore County. And oh yeah, Judy, we get stuff from TSC all the time. All the young ones work there. So they go there every day. So we don't buy any feed from them. Well, okay, Piggy. I'll give you a little quick history right here. We're on the road frontage on the old family farm. My granddaddy's old family farm. Yeah. And so we're in North Carolina. That's right. We're in North Carolina. We were there first. They got here first. Virginia, North Carolina. Yeah, Beaver Creek. You can hog hunt at night. You can coyote hunt at night. That's usually when we do it at night. And I got one of those red lights under my rifle barrel. No, I ain't, G. Of course, I ain't been nowhere to look now. And something, Pig, that I went somewhere else and bought another farm that was too far away to tend and a few other things through my life. But to be honest with you, we got 7 acres right here, and it's all I can handle. Running this shop, it's all I can do, and do it right, keep it nice. It's all I can look at, and about all I pay taxes on. So I've come to the conclusion that you don't have to have a great big piece. You can do a whole lot on 5 or 10 acres. Good night, Matt. We're glad to have you. And you'll see us again before Christmas. Preacher, I was going a bunch of hog hunting a couple of years ago, but it got a little old. By the time I get off work, I'm give out. And chasing hogs and checking traps till 2 o'clock in the morning. A little bit more than I could a little bit more than I could deal with. I understand, Piggy. And truthfully, 3 of what we got, 4 what we got some cow pasture. Yeah. But that's a lot of work in hogs. So even just these little old 4, 5, 6 sows I got, these tops and everything, that's a little bit of work in them. You can do something with a hog every day. Combines, preacher. Combine. I got a yard full of a mess up here that's been here all summer. People are mad because I ain't got it fixed. But I can't stay here at the shop without being in the service truck long enough to get it done. So I got to start on something as soon as the combine breaks down. That's right, Pigment, because that's what ours was. They measured it square miles. It went 5 miles that way and 6 miles that way to the river that way. And I don't know how they can. With mules and everything else. I don't know how in the world. 1,000 acres nowadays are working to death with big tractors. Matt had to get off it. Of course, we want to get off about 10 minutes.
That one. Squares? Squares? Clearwater for squares? SWARE. Clearwater. Yep, the old farmers worked their tails off for sure.
I don't know, Clearwater. Elaborate on that.
Is that the shit? It's probably Kaleidoscope Junkie!
He came in a while ago, I thought.
Ah,
I didn't say that to him. I mean, oh. What's he got going on? We ain't seen him in a while.
how are you doing, Kaleidoscope? You hear Chris talking? He's on the other side of the room. He's getting dressed. How are you doing? Cold.
Oh, it's all charming.
I was noticing that. Well, it is. It's flashing on and flashing off.
I told you that. Yeah. I didn't mean to ignore you, Costco. We don't have many pictures, Piggy. Nobody around here had a camera. But every once in a while you run across those. About the oldest ones we got are probably from the 40s. But we didn't have a camera around here till, shoot, I remember the first camera we ever had.
Good night, Judy. Have a Merry Christmas. My great-great-grandfather used to hold one of the largest livestock auctions in the country, W.S. Corsa at Gregory Farm in Whitehall, Illinois. He owned a champion Pitcheron,
That's a grandfather.
Hammett 666, Berkshires too.
Who was that?
Plastic.
We ain't
Just
never had that
pigging,
on.
and he gives a website to go to see it.
Oh, cool.
Fourth Point.
We'll go ahead and check that out. My family owns a funeral home. One there, though. All the roads around here named after you. I can't believe it. Oh, pretty bad. Let me catch you up on the.
Chickens are vicious, evil disease carriers. Chickens are suicidal and prone to anything infectious. Their guts and use are almost impossible to mess up.
Look, obviously, we're going to check that out.
And then you pick it up.
Well, Geeky's always on the ball.
He's just like, what's that? He said, what's that?
They'll get you about the difference in the monetization thing, how they get you hooked up and action down.
Oh man, YouTube says that we've got like, I don't know, $50,
$75.
$75.
Then you go on the brain, we got 75 cents.
And you go to the, I think it's $1.66 now. You go to the actual monetization thing and it's $1.66. Yeah, big difference in what they pay you and what they keep you.
And a good thing we ain't doing it for nothing.
And then you have to get it to $100 for you ever get your first monetization. So,
Oh, we'll get it. We'll get us $100 sometime in 2023.
25, but okay.
I won't live long enough to get there and get that money out of you. You didn't even monetize that 5 did you?
I forgot. I said it. Oh man. I wonder if I can edit while we're
No,
here.
I ain't gonna even worry with it. That's why it's a beautiful thing. We ain't doing it for the money. As we were doing it for the money, we'd quit. Well, that's what I try to tell people. The Berkshires we got apparently ain't worth having. But that don't mean every one of them ain't count, you know. There's a lot of people don't like do-rocks because they're aggressive. But we don't have really, our do-rocks around here they ain't aggressive. Mine ain't. Mine are big babies. No, we won't never get no fat YouTube check, preacher. Let me tell you something now. I might be giving too much, might be giving information I ain't supposed to give out. I don't know. They sent me an email the other day. Trying to navigate my way to it on this new piece of junk tablet that cost a week's paycheck.
The other tablet died. I bought him a new tablet and he was complaining about it ever since.
It was a piece of junk. Right.
Glasgow, if you want one.
I heard. Okay. That ain't right. So they think we joined in 2009. We did. Oh, that's why we're doing it, Geeky. We were just doing it. We just monetized, honestly, because everybody told me that
They were going to put ads on it.
they were going to put ads on it whether you want them or not. So I figured we might as well do it. We got one ad you can skip. We put the bare minimum up there. You might be on. You run into that with do-rock some too. You run into it with dogs a lot. That a lot of you times your stuff just bred to be show stocks. Pretty sorry. Okay, here's our numbers from 2020. Preacher, y'all folks just got
Oh yeah.
all mine will do that, Karate. I think all pigs will do it, really. Because I was at my neighbor's place the other day and put one of his down right there. This big bad boy told me it was so tough. In 2020, preacher, we got 1,614 new subscribers, 174,877 views. They watched us for 884,336 minutes. And we got 6,000 likes. And I don't know if that's good or not. I don't have a clue. We're getting 80,000 minutes of watch time a month, and we're averaging 147 subscribers a month and 15,000 views. So I don't know if that's good, bad, right, or wrong. And it says our revenue is $72.90. That's been monetized for about a month. But when she goes to look up what they owe us, it says zero. Or something. You know, F&P, we don't have I don't even have an eel board. I've had eel boards. I've had eel sows. And I've got some sows that get pretty upset whenever they got pigs. But as far as just a mean hog, I ain't got a mean hog. And part of that's probably that we cull for attitude. If we get one that's just too ill, if I get a boar that's too ill, I quit using them. I'll get me another. We take our bloodline really serious. I mean, really, really serious. So you got to be careful about that. Because something I will tell you, when you go to selling pigs, temperament, litter size, pigs that'll grow, all that stuff matters. Thank you, Warren. Well, have to quite, you know, every animal is different. You got to remember that. Every animal is different. They all got their own personality. What are you doing there, man?
Trying to check your AdSense.
Well, believe it or not, Kaleidoscope, we got people coming from that far to buy pigs from us now. It's nothing unusual for somebody to pull in here. We have people come in, had to stay in a hotel room overnight. Come in from 8 hours away, stay in a hotel room in town overnight, pick the pigs up the next morning, go back. Yeah, geeky. That's a little warning I got from some of y'all. What we've seen, which we ain't popular, you know, we ain't got women in bikinis, and we don't put up clickbait. We don't tell you what you want to hear. We try to tell you the truth. So we'll never be a really big, popular homestead channel, you know. But from what I've seen, anybody that's got a YouTube channel, small homestead channel, probably don't need to depend on it to make any money, you know. Now, there are some channels that get pretty big that are semi-big or like Danny and Wanda. They put up good stuff. They've got a pretty good following. And we might be as big as Danny and Wanda one day if we stick with it. I've been meaning to go back and look at Danny's stuff and see how long it took him to get there. You know, but I'm not as good of an orator as Danny is. Danny does really good with his porch talks. And I'm not that good at it, you know. Northern Minnesota, goodness gracious. How far was this northern Minnesota? You know, believe it or not, somebody borrowed my car, my equipment trailer, and went to northern Minnesota with it one time. I can't remember how far he told me it was. No, I don't own a Speedo Kaleidoscope. And Dar ain't don't own a bikini. So y'all just gonna be out of luck on that. I don't even own a pair of shorts. I'm always slow and steady, geek. I've told y'all in the past that I'm not sure we ever want to be a big channel. I don't have any delusional dreams or to make a living off of it. Hey, Gordon, how you doing? South Alabama. I've been to South Alabama before. Well, that's true, preacher. And you got a good point right there. Something I've been wanting to talk about. You know, me and you have talked about this. Some people watch YouTube homesteading channels to learn how to homestead or learn how to have a small farm. Some people watch them for entertainment. Now, some of you big channels are for entertainment. They're just for entertainment. They're nothing practical on them. And they usually got a little money and they figured out how to turn it into a business and they're making a little money off of it. But it's for entertainment. We're for education. We might mess up and entertain you a little bit every once in a while by accident. But we're basically for education. That's right, Geeky. That's a good way to put it. We ain't expecting no income. I won't expect anyone, but I just hate to think somebody else is going to make some money off something I did, you know. And, you know, we started this, Geeky, because we wanted to help people. Well, Merry Christmas to you too, Gordon. Y'all doing all right over there? We just wanted to help people. And if you're really trying to do this stuff, and the only option, it would have been Geeky. I was scared to put it up, to be honest with you. I didn't know what the reaction would be. Well, I appreciate that, Piggy. And, you know, I watch YouTube. And I will be honest with you, I've got some really good ideas from YouTube. Nothing I've put into practice yet. But I've seen people, we ain't got that much of a problem with it over here, Gordon, where we're at. They few people got it. They ain't been a big deal. I've seen some really good ideas. I think the name of the channel is Farm and Truck TV. I'm not sure. I had to go back and look at it. But we used to raise bottle calves like hunters, right? We were the bottle calf business. My uncle run a dairy. I got every calf he had off that dairy, plus every orphan calf I could get. We were raising bottle calves. And I think I'm a pretty smart fella, right? I think I'm as ingenious as anybody when it comes to taking junk and making something out of it. That's kind of my specialty. But I had never thought about taking one of them IBC codes and taking the metal cage off of it and putting it in the front for the pen and cutting the door in it for the calf to go in and making the calf pen. It never crossed my mind you could do that. Never thought about it. And he come up in my recommended. I clicked on there. He was doing it. It was the smartest thing to put a calf in I'd ever seen in my life. It was free. It was effective. It was warm. Hey, Paul. Ain't he gonna try to say that? I don't want to embarrass himself. Spell that out for us so we don't look foolish.
Paul.
I know what Paul. I can say Paul.
From Canada.
We got a few people from Canada. But you can learn a lot from YouTube. You can learn a lot from YouTube. And, you know, like me, I don't really need to know the whole story. I just need to see what you're doing. You know, as soon as I saw them calf huts, I knew exactly how you made them. You pronounce the last name.
I'm not going to try. That was a Paul. How are you doing, Paul?
Calgary. What's another channel that's helped me a little bit? I got watching what's his name? What's the name of his channel? I know his name.
Mhm.
Huh?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, that ain't a bad idea either. And there's Linda Green. Oh, we're glad to help. Merry Christmas, man. Carhata. That's Paul's last name. Paul didn't say nothing, but he tried to help me out a bit. Little preacher brought it. But back to the basics 101. I got watching him. Of course, I was watching Daniel Wonder too. Well, Travis, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't agree with everything Danny says. That's just like you just said. We'll leave it at that. But boy, sure can't grow a garden. If you want to know how to grow a garden, Danny can grow a garden. And I'm gonna copy Danny with slightly modified. I'm gonna do it different. But I'm gonna copy Danny's bacon smoking technique. I'm just gonna do it in a insulated smokehouse. Talking about Canada, I can only imagine, Jordan. We're down here in the sunny south, and they're the great white north. We got a couple of channels we talk to the buddies we in Canada. Whew, we wouldn't fit in. Well, see, I'm combining several people's ideas. If you're going to steal ideas, you steal them by the bucket full. You don't get one. And one of my neighbors has an insulated smokehouse with 2 wind-heated air conditioners in it so he can cure meat when it's too hot. So we have a problem now. The weather don't get cold enough here to cure meat. Salt meat, salt potato, you know. And I actually got on YouTube and looked up how they do it like in South America and Jamaica and places like that where it never gets cold. But they brine everything. They put everything in salt water. Must be the only way they get it to work. But one of my buddies has got a functional, he's been using it for years, homemade cold box, I guess. Cooler, walk-in cooler. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about, Freddie. I know exactly what you're talking about. Danny's just more than conspiracy theories about it. I don't hold that against him. I ain't seen that one, Warren. I need to check that one out. There's a bunch of good little channels. I mean, there's some of them up here right now. There's a bunch of good little bitty channels that I've never figured out why they ain't bigger than hell. And what I'll keep coming back to is I thought about that kaleidoscope. I thought about that. Except use a refrigerator. Just smoke bacon in it. Or you could do it in the summertime if you needed to. Yeah, that's right. Brett and Cindy are good. Preacher, you're good. Paul's from northern British Columbia. So you're from where it gets really cold. Woo. How cold is it up there right now, Paul? Be honest with you. We're 39 here right now, about to freeze to death.
You're stabbing me, buddy.
We had a heat lamp blow on the pigs today, and the sow changed above herself. That pig in. Well, Clearwater, we thought about doing this. He's a good friend of mine. Now we thought about going over there and showing it to people. It's 2 window units, and it's like a 6x8 building, insulated sides and top with a dirt floor. We might be colder than 39 here now. It was 39 this afternoon, but it's cold to me. I can't feel my fingers. This morning I was outside trying to do mechanic work, my fingers couldn't feel them. It's 30. We're at 30. That's about the way I am now. We're at 30. God, it's good. Lisa, that's probably a good idea. Linda. I'm sorry, Linda, I had you mixed up with Lisa Houghton. I can't see good. But 36 in Cottonwood, Alabama. Northern Michigan's 44 today. 39 in Louisiana. 30 in Celsius. 30 in Celsius.
Cold. No, actually,
30 in Celsius ain't that cold. 22, Linda said.
Okay, so he wants us to convert 30 degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius, right?
Well, I can about do that. It can't be 30 Celsius. Go and take a show. 5 Celsius.
So 30 Fahrenheit.
Oh, he said wash 30 in Celsius.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's negative 1.1.
Yeah,
just
30
below freezing.
30 degrees is right below freezing.
So 5 Celsius.
Wow.
41 degrees or 41 degrees. Minus
False,
30.
minus 30.
Minus 30.
Yeah, we know 0 degrees Celsius is freezing. Minus 30. Is that Fahrenheit or Celsius, Paul? Well, I don't know. Minus 30, either one of them is pretty cold.
Yeah.
Warren said they're 48 degrees.
If it's minus 30 in Fahrenheit, it'd be minus 34.4 in.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Once you know, at some point in time, it kind of started lining up. I might mention Ricky there to get every 24 minutes.
Minus 30. No way. Gordon's rethinking that trip now. 36. He'll be back in a minute. He'll be quick. And we're good. I can't imagine that. Oh, yeah. This picking it says 2 years ago we've seen minus 46 wind chill of minus 60. Hope we never see that again.
We got down to 8 feet here one time last year.
Happy Quack says, I know everyone keeps asking Jimmy to make the sliding gate pictures. Christy, I talked to your guy about those for that plan.
I'm talking about the trials and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess kind of interest got lost in that somewhere or another. They got busy on a big contract.
Good night, preacher. Merry Christmas.
You know we're up past our bedtime dog when got to
Yeah. Sometimes you live.
No, this ain't the one I need to find here. This is something I want to go over with some folks while we still got a bunch of people in here. Merry Christmas, preacher, if you ain't already gone.
If you knew you were going to that list, I want to.
You know, Kaleidoscope, the most snow I've ever seen here. I think we got 14 inches one time, and it hung around about 24 hours. We don't have to deal much. We have freezing rain and ice sometimes. We don't have much snow. I want y'all to do something for me. Remember I told you I was reading Facebook the other day and kind of looking at some of these homesteader sites and stuff. And I came up with some topics I thought we might do the videos on, try to help me. And I can't even read my handwriting. Well, we're going to do that, Happy Quack. Now, listen up to me right quick. First thing we I came up with, it was raining the other day, and I can never look at this stuff, made me a list. I thought too much can't read. The first thing, there was a girl up there talking about she's gonna have to leave her husband because he was telling her her pigs were staying out, and neighbors were fussing about it. Neighbors were kin to him. And it was either get rid of the pigs or she was gonna leave. Well, there's several things you can talk about. The first one was, that before you get livestock, you need to make sure you got adequate fencing and adequate facilities. And that leads to don't believe everything you see on YouTube. That people show you stuff on YouTube that'll get you in trouble, like building fences out of pallets and some of this other mess. And that kind of led me to, there's two ways people show you how to do stuff on YouTube when it comes to fencing. They either show you some super cheap, build it out of junk way of doing it and build it with pallet, or they show you having a fence company come in and put it in, and they go cleaned up, like the pack of the post, like they did it themselves. I've caught a couple people in videos with the fence company trucks in the background. They think you can see it. They get one little corner of it or something. Just people showing you how to do things wrong. And the other one was about trying to keep up with people with money. That if you were kind of lesser means, to not feel bad about yourself and worry about the fact that you couldn't keep up with people that were putting up videos that had little money. Had a way of doing things, everything store bought, this stuff. I saw some stuff up there about people that got livestock, like cows or pigs or stuff, and fell in love with it. Somebody fell in love with it and they can't eat it. They can't kill it. We talked about that in some videos, but apparently it's a bigger problem than I realized. I knew it was a problem, but I didn't realize it was as big of a problem. I'll be honest with you, Travis. I've had some mules I could keep in with one strand of hot wire. I've had some mules you can almost keep in one strand of hay string. But we can get by with 2 for the cows, barbed wire. And it's got to be the good heavy barbed wire, and it's got to be tight. And we've got 2 strands in a load. And it won't keep in a little calf.
Cows don't care if they get shot.
Yeah, they don't care. That's she's right. They don't care if they get shot. That's the only thing we can put up that deer can slip through and jump, and they won't keep it tore down all the time. If we put up a good fence, a good solid fence, deer tear it down constantly, tangle it all up, snatch it down. We had to go with a less is more kind of thing in our particular situation. Another thing I see a lot, it kind of worries me, I feel like we'll talk to people about, is I don't know how many times somebody tells me they can't do something. Well, Linda, we got a couple of videos. The way we put up cow fence is about as cheap as I think you can do it and have a decent fence. And it's 2 strands of electrified barbed wire, and we use utility poles and then the short fence rods. And we pull it hand tight with a fence stretch. We don't use a cum line on it because it's on insulator. And it has worked really good for us. But I have a acre paddock. There's 4 strands of hot barbed wire. If we have anything that jumps, because occasionally that 3-foot fence you're under the cow that's jumping. Well, Warren, I don't like to do it myself. I just make myself do it. And I guess that's what everybody's got to do. You just got to make yourself do it. Well, it does work. And all my neighbors have caught it. I mean, you ride through the neighborhood now, everybody's going to have to replace the fence. They've done the same thing I've done. They've got 2 strands of barbed wire. Some of them got 2 strands of high fence on the small post. It works really good keeping them beef cows. Old, tall, long-legged, jumping milk cow, they might come out. I have had that. I've had a couple of milk cows that jumped. I ain't never had to do it beef cows. Another thing I've seen is the amount of people that can't do something because they don't have the easy way to do it. We've run into that personally. When I was talking to my son about the other day, I was trying to give him a little motivational speech. And he wasn't doing something I wanted him to do. And I was trying to explain to him, I said, well, son, there's 2 kinds of people in the world. He said, what do you mean? I said, let's say we need to dig us a pond. And he said, well, what about it? I said, well, we ain't got a backup. I said, there's 2 kinds of people. And one kind gonna say, I sure wish I had me a backhoe when I go dig me a pond. And there's another kind that says, well, we got what do we have? We got a 10-quart bucket and a toy tin shovel. Let's get after it. We'll be through with it in a couple of months anyway. And that's kind of the way it works everywhere. Warren, I'm gonna tell you, I'm just thankful I can shoot them. My daddy used to kill hogs with a hammer. Jam them up in a corner and stick them. I'm just glad that I got a rifle. You know. Well, that's about the same thing we're doing Clearwater. We just use 2 strands of barbed wire. We're using the barbed wire for a couple of reasons. One, it's a little bit of a physical barrier. It's not a great physical barrier at 2 strands, but it's a little bit of a physical barrier, and we have unreliable electricity. we're in hurricane country. Our electricity is not the most reliable thing in the world. And the deer don't break the barbed wire. Now, the braided smooth wire would probably be just as good, but I had enough barbed wire to put half of it up, so we just bought enough to do it all. Some of that barbed wire out there is 50 years old, been took down and put up 1,000 times. And because as much as we talk against it, for temporary fencing, we used to plant a forage crop on cropland, like plant rye in a tobacco field. We put up one strand of barbed wire around it and turn the cows on it for temporary fencing. But it's in the wintertime, and the only thing green is this 60 acres of rye these 30 cows are on, so there's not a lot of incentive for them to get out, so you don't have that much trouble. That's right, Warren. Make it, make do, or do without. Well, that's Warren. Let me tell you a little something. I'll be just as bluntly honest with you as I know how to be. Hey, Keto. When I was a young and 10, 11, 12 years old, most time I shot the hogs. We had a hog kill. And I'll talk to you about that in just a second. But, you know, when I was 11 years old, I'd better killing hogs. I had 14 of them to shoot. If old Hippie, if you shot one wrong, you would never hear the end of it. And I just shut my eyes and pulled the trigger. I always got lucky and hit them right, you know. But the older I got, the easier it got. But it still ain't my favorite thing. I ain't never got up in the morning and go, ooh, I get to kill a pig today. It ain't nothing that nobody looks forward to. I think if you look forward to it, there's something wrong with you. But something else that get you in trouble is nostalgia. I figured that out. We were up here the other day talking about hog killing. Our hogs are getting ready to take to the butcher. And we kill barbecue pigs at home. You know, we're just going to barbecue a pig. I'm not going to haul him 45 minutes away to get a barbecue pig dressed. We're going to shoot him, scald him, scrape him, and chunk him on the grill. You can do it by fashion. You clean the deer. You know, no big trick. Cutting them up is the hard part. That's a good way to put it, Dicky. You ain't got to like it. You just got to do it. And I think if you like it, they might be a little, like I said, I think if you like it, it might be wrong. But we were talking about hog killings. And there's several people got hogs out there we're going to get involved with. And I was kind of joking with one of them. I said, well, such and such said he wanted some cracking, so we're going to kill part of these at home. And everybody unanimously, you know, all these were older boys that killed hogs at home. And they all said unanimously, we ain't gonna kill unless the slaughterhouse shuts down, we ain't killing no more home. And we got to talking about it, reminiscing about hog killing. And even on YouTube, they have a tendency to make it seem like something other than this. If you have a hog kill and kill 14 300-pound pigs, there's going to be 14 people involved, right? You want to have a crew. You want to have some money. You got to buy something to wrap it in. You got to feed everybody. There's more stuff to spend money on processing a bunch of pork at one time than you would think. Then the curing, the salting, the cutting it up, the packaging. And it is not a fun fellowship community building experience. Everybody is going to be mad when you get food. There's going to be talking divorces. It's going to be, it's not fun. And I watch people killing hogs on YouTube and they try to make it look fun. There ain't no fun in it. It stinks. If you've ever scalded a chicken, scalding the hog is about the same smell. And there's a lot of nostalgia in them hog kills. A lot of people remember the idea of it, but don't remember how it really was. And I can remember when I was young and we killed hogs, my mom and daddy fight 3 o'clock in the morning when they got in the house. You know, And then you had to get up next day and do it all again. You couldn't do it all in one day. Oh, Gordon, I got mine turned up pretty hard. We got to have signs on mine. Caution the electric fence. So if you got a pacemaker or something, they might do you in. Good night getting started. Well, pigging it, some people, I ain't never shot one wrong myself. But my cousin will shoot one wrong right now. And I mean right now. He's retired out of the Marine Corps. Expert marksman. He'll shoot one wrong right now. And well, man, it depends on how many you're gonna do. I think I've seen that kaleidoscope. I think I've seen that. In fact, I know I know I. This is one of the first YouTube videos I ever saw. Scalding and scraping is not the hardest part. It's the stinkiest part. But it's not the hardest part. Knowing how to scrape a hog and getting the water right. There's some little tricks like putting some pine limbs, the green needles, or some turpentine in the water. The dirtier the water gets, the better they scald. I mean, there's some things that help a little bit, but we use weeding hoe heads. Like if a weeding hoe breaks off, Brian wrong. Why would my boar not grow as fast as my gill? There's a lot of things that could be, Brian. Most time it's the other way around. Most time a boar outgrow a gill. But all pigs are a little bit different. Good night, Lisa. Could be a little bit different breed, a little bit different bloodline. When you say didn't grow as fast, I mean way behind or what'll get you in trouble pigging it is when they move. That's where I see most people mess up. Old pig move their head fast, you know, and most time they move, or people don't know how to shoot them. Most people shoot them too high or too low. I see too high most of the time. And the other thing is, if you got a scope on your rifle, you have to mess up. Because, you know, at 4 feet, you got to aim that much high. You know, because the scope's above the bore of the rifle and really close up, you got to aim high. And a lot of people don't know that. I usually won't let anybody shoot a pig if they got a scope on the rifle. Well, you kind of got to skin the big ones happy quack. Well, Angus, we take old weeding hoe heads, just the weeding hoe head with just the metal part on it, and I'll sharpen them up good. And we got some old butcher knives we use, and a couple of straight razors. And we'll scrape with those weeding hoe heads, and then I'll take the straight razor and do the parts that you can't get scraping, where you got to kind of shave them. Or you can get a handful of hay or a feed bag or something and burn it off, singe it off. But all we do nowadays here. Yeah, this is what they used to scrape them with a jar lid. A lot of people use jar lid. Yeah, they used to scrape them with jar lids. But Gordon, you don't put the gun barrel to the head. You put it right to the head, you have to mess up. You need to be about 5 foot away, especially with 22 rifle. And something else I'll tell you, don't use hollow points, especially on a big hog. You draw a line from his ear to his eye, and you aim in the, the X like that. You gonna aim right here in the X. Weed burner torch, that's right. But if you use a hollow point on a big hog, say a 400-pound hog, the ball can flatten out when it hits the skull, and it'll knock him out for a few seconds, but he ain't properly stunned. And sometimes it won't even knock him down. And you'll stick him, and he'll jump up, running around stuck till he runs out, with bleeds out, falls, and that's a little nerve-wracking. I think it's pretty tough, Warren. Y'all got, excuse me, I made feed today. I can believe that, Conscript. They make footballs out of pig leather, and I think they make gloves. I think I've got some gloves say it's pig skin. But it ain't a bad idea, pig. Well, see, pig, I gotta leave Darlene in the house. Darlene cannot be involved in any of this. You can't stand it. Killing chickens. But nowadays when we kill chickens, I skin them. I don't fuck them anymore. Probably did, Travis. I believe that. I about to believe some of these Red Wing boots I had said they were pig skin when I was younger. Because I think pig leather's thicker. Because if you put the gun barrel to his head, Angus, it won't work. That's a good one, pig. It won't work. It won't work on a cow either. I'll shot cows with the gun barrel that far from their forehead. And they can flip over backwards and jump up and run off. It won't. I don't know the scientific explanation, but that ball ain't moving good enough right out the muzzle. I don't know, but it won't work. I've done it, putting cows down when they were sick, and had it not work right. That's with a 22 now. You got a 44 Magnum or something that I'm sure it can be there for ball. We kill everything with a 22 because we don't want the bullet to leave the skull. Well, I have 3 days, Brian, when you see her come in heat. Put her in there with him till they go to fighting. When she's going out of heat, they'll go to fight and take her back out. And you put her back in there 3 weeks later. If she ain't bred, she'll come back in the heat. And you put her back in there 3 days. We try not to. Oh, I didn't mean that, Clearwater. 3 foot's probably fine. You just don't need it stuck to the end of the head, You just need a gap. 3 foot's probably all right. Don't see why it wouldn't be. That's right. When they start fighting, Brian, you take them out. That's right. But we use a regular old 22 long rifle, Clearwater. My daddy's day used 22 shorts. because they were really worried about the bullet. They didn't even want it to break the skull. They wanted to hit the skull and knock him out, stun him, because they used the brains, you know. I'd rather have one of them pigging it. Is it Marvin? Oh, we're glad to help, Brian. There's a lot of people in here with pigs. If you have any questions, there's a lot of people here glad to help. Happy Quack said ducks need skin. We ain't, I'll be honest with you, Happy Quack. I've never entertained duck. I've always wanted one pigging it. Is it a little semi-automatic? I don't remember what number of them. I was surprised they let y'all have a gun over there, Gordon. Ain't you got to go through a bunch of people to have one? Well, we're glad to help, Brian. Any questions you got? You can go check out some of our videos. We've put up a whole bunch of pig stuff. Happy Quack's got some pig stuff. Several other people in here. If you have any questions, you can ask any of us. Happy Quack does a lot of smaller pig stuff. We don't. We do the big actual heritage breed, not what people call heritage breed, but what are actual heritage breed. Gordon said he's got a rifle to take a fox out at 500 yards. I don't know. I thought owning guns there was a little tough. I thought we were going to do I want one of them pigs. I've wanted one of them my whole life. But I never could afford one when they made them. And they're just not that popular around here. I'm probably the only person in the world that would have one in the neighborhood, you know. Okay, Gordon said you got to register land though. I guess that's for varmint control, foxes and stuff like that, Gordon. You know, we got friends, Gordon, in Ireland, England, Australia, Canada, you know. Kiki said, don't ask him about pigs. Well, Kiki, you coming along on the garden stuff. I think what you're doing is fascinating. Oh, hand me some of that citrus fruit that our cousin grew. Our cousin's growing citrus fruit in North Carolina. And this is some stuff he brought up here today. He's grown, taking little citrus trees inside and outside the garage. He's keeping them in the garage, and I thought that was pretty impressive to me. You know, Clearwater, I took a fox out one time with a hammer. What was it I threw that fox out of that day? Hatchet. It was a hatchet. We had a fox running through and would grab a chicken right under your feet. Yeah, Geeky's pretty tech savvy. But you know, we got a unique problem when it comes to foxes. We got all this livestock that they do dearly love to eat. And my neighbor's made pets out of it. He feeds them 3 times a day. He's got pet foxes, but they come in here and eat all my stuff. Is Charlton growing lemons in the? Is that who you're talking about? Is Charlton growing lemons in the greenhouse? I knew he was growing tomatoes right now. That was something else we need to do a video on. Just because something's killing your livestock don't mean you can kill it. Well, I'm kind of a rifle guy myself, going if I got where I couldn't see. Brian, somebody probably cut it off. Cutting pigs' tails off is pretty normal practice. Or something bit it off. The reason you cut pigs' tails off is because they'll bite them off. So other pigs will bite that one's tail off. That's more likely what happened. We don't cut the tails off any of our stuff. But if it's going to ever go in a hog house and be sold at auction, they got to cut the tail off. Yeah, we got some pigs. We got a sow out there, her tail was docked and ears knocked. We done to put her in the show. And our boar, our new boar, cut the tip of his tail off, knocked the But most of our customers don't want anything ear knocked, tail knocked. We're in the middle of a rabbit shortage trying to scope. Now, don't get me wrong. We had those old game chickens. We had a lot of trouble with foxes, but we don't lose anything. We got shut up now. We don't. Well, see, here, Happy Quack, it's basically legal to shoot a fox killing a chicken. You're under the same, kill a fox, you're under the same game laws. Okay, Gordon. Well, see, at some point in time, I can't half see. So I've got right to leave the shotgun out now. It's a little harder to miss, be it. You got to tag a fox pelt here to sell a Happy Quack. You can't kill it 2 years. Our rabbits going uphill and downhill cycles, and we're in a downhill cycle right now, Piggy. Well, you know how it is, Clearwater. You do what you got to do, but you don't talk about it on YouTube. Always remember that. The 3 F's. Shoot, shove, and shut up. Don't put it on Facebook. I saw a guy today put it on Facebook. He killed a bobcat last night. It was killing his chicken. Well, the game warden was on the post, pretending not to be the game warden, asking him what county was it. But he's probably already got a visit from his local North Carolina Wildlife Resources official about shooting that bobcat at night. Because even if he's a licensed hunter and it is bobcat season, shooting him at night is out of season and he was killed. Because around here, at least, they ain't he was killing my chickens defense don't work. Yeah. That's why the only thing we ever have kill anything around here is coyote. It don't matter what it was coyote. There's no wrong way to kill a coyote. I used that one time, Happy Quack. He pulled a knife on it was self-defense. I still got a ticket though. That's right, Phil. Stay off of Facebook. That's important. The game wardens around here look at Facebook. Like opening day of dove season, these people, the limit here is 12 or whatever. These people on Facebook, oh, we got 36 doves. I believe that, Pig. Well, it's like a hawk. A hawk's killing your chickens. The game warden don't care. You shoot that hawk, you in trouble. I don't know if he's taking your youngin off or not, but if he was taking your dog off or taking the chicken off, I don't care if he was taking off this. That's the way it is here too, Clearwater. You can no close season, no bag limit, no restrictions. Unless you go 3 counties over where my brother lives, where they turn the red wolves out. Now, where they turn the red wolves out, you can't shoot a coyote at any time, cause you might accidentally shoot a red wolf. But, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't tell it. You don't tell it. And like I said, you definitely don't put it on social media. And you talk to different game wardens, you get different answers. Good night, Gordon. We're glad to have you. We ain't gonna be up here much longer. But you talk to different game wardens, you'll get different answers. You might talk to a game warden that was raised on a farm, and he might say, "Oh, if you got something killing your chickens, you just take care of it." And you might have a game warden, if you killed that coyote on Facebook, he's gonna hunt you down. You just done the work for him. We had somebody come here and bought some pigs from us that ran into something like that. The guy's wives were talking, and his wife let something slip that they had done something. And she went home and told her husband. He came and wrote the man a ticket. They're supposed to be friends. Yeah, I don't remember what it was. Probably better off if I don't. But well, I think the coyotes kind of beat them to the punch. A coyote and a red wolf are about the same size and kind of feel the same niche. And Happy Quack said, I don't know, officer. I saw something shiny in his paw, and he's coming at me. I sure told the game warden a bobcat pulled a pocket knife on me one night. It was self-defense. And he laughed the whole time he was writing me that ticket. Tell me how he hated to write it. I told him, he said, I sure do hate to write you this ticket. I said, man, I hate to get it, and you hate to write it. Why don't you just save us both a whole lot of trouble and not write it? He said, all my supervisors was in the truck. He had some old boy in the truck like he was about 16. Had a game warden uniform on, was about 2 sizes too big. Utility just hired him. Thank you, Lisa, and the same to y'all. We used to coon hunt a whole lot. Them old dogs running that bobcat, and he'd run us bow-legged and blind. Every time we'd get close to the tree, he'd jump out, run again. It was about daylight. I was so tired of it. And I told my brother, I said, if you get a light on him, I'm going to kill him. And shoot, it was the shot of a lifetime. Dark as the inside of a cow 100 yards away. And they got an eye glowing, and I took that cat out of that tree. Them old dogs finished him off. And we walked that truck, and game was sitting on the tailgate. It's breaking daylight. We had broke the law about 30 minutes. He wrote me a $220 ticket, took my bobcat. That's about right. That's about right. But I tell y'all folks, be careful what you do. There's some things you do, won't never get no trouble, but keep your mouth shut. Ain't no need to advertise. And it's one thing to tell your buddy, but don't put it for the world to see. I see people do mess on YouTube all the time. I know good and well get them in trouble. And they'll put it up there for everybody to see. But well, come here, Pumpkin. We probably need to try to get off here. But look, we'll see you before Christmas, I hope. But Merry Christmas, everybody. And we're going to try to do some videos and cover some of that stuff there we were talking about. And we're going to try to start doing a few more videos. Of course, we also said we're going to try to start doing lives every night. But I've appreciated y'all staying here with us as long as you have. And good night, Travis. Come here, baby. Everybody good night, everyone. Oh, we're glad to have you, Piggy. We're really glad to have you. Get up with me, Geeky, tomorrow if you get a chance. Sometime about the middle of the afternoon would be good. Tell everybody good night.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Good night. Have a good weekend. Good night, everybody. Yeah, I don't think that was blood around here. I think that you was right, but it's still right. Okay. Good night. Merry Christmas, one. Good night. I'll be quiet. Yeah, y'all too. He says you need to talk to me. Not really. Just need to talk. Do you read now? No. Yeah. Good night.
Well, we're done.